Hey guys, so on today's recipe, I'm going to be showing you guys how I fry my tilapia fish. It came out really delicious. So I already prepped my tilapia fish overnight and kept it in the fridge. So I'm going to talk you through what I actually used to prep it. I use garlic, ginger, Scotch Bonnet, which is the hot pepper, and onions and Maggi and some salt as well, the non-Maggi to prep it. I just blend it and then rub it through it. So if you're looking for a thin quarter, my sisters, please go for this Cook's thin quarter. It's the best you could ever find. All you need to do is to put the thin quarter on top of the tin and then press the middle button. It cuts on its own, and when it's done, you press the middle button and it will stop cutting. And the good thing about this is that after cutting, it doesn't have that sharp edges, so it's very safe. It won't hurt your fingers. It's very easy to work. You can be doing whatever you're doing and then just put the thin cutter on top of the thing and it cuts it for you with no stress at all. So this is like the best you could ever think of. If you would like to check it out, I'll be leaving the link in the description section. Just go check it out and I believe you're going to love it. So what we're going to be using to prep the sauce is ginger, garlic, onions, and Scotch bonnet. The reason why I'm actually blending it is that I don't want to find those chunk ginger or garlic on the meal. And secondly, my husband don't like to see chunk of onions in his meal. So if I don't blend it, he might not eat it. He won't eat it, not he might not. So that's the reason why I'm blending it. And secondly, you will have more flavor on it when you blend it. So it depends on you. If you like to see chunk of onions or chunk of garlic and ginger on your meat, you can just dice it instead of blending it. So what I did next, previously a night before, I fried some chicken. So I'm using the chicken oil to make the sauce. So I put some oil in the pan and then put the onions, stir together, make sure that it's properly stirred, that the vegetable oil have actually like juice out the onions, the juice from the onions, and then put in your plum. Don't just mind the plum. Just by the time we're done, you find out that you won't be able to find those big plum you saw on the pot right now. So if you want to make a very quick sauce or stew or something you want to make very quick, you can use this tin plum tomato or the chopped one. So I mix both the plum and the chopped tomatoes together. So I'll just stir it together, and once I finish stirring it, I just close it and allow it to cook. So once you allow it to cook for some time, maybe like 10 minutes or so, when I went back, I just stir it again. And then I put the ginger, garlic, and onions and the Scotch bonnet I blend earlier on. Just put it into this tomato and then stir. Give it a very nice stir. And when you're done stirring it, all you need to do is to close it and allow it to cook again. So after another 10 minutes, I went into the pot. I opened the pot and stir again. Just make sure when you're cooking on a low heat, not high heat, so you don't get burnt food. Cook on a low heat, okay? So I'll stir it and then I put some Maggi Cube. I actually like using the red Maggi. That's what we call it in Nigeria. I don't know what you guys call it, because I want it to have that local taste. So after putting the Maggi, I put some salt as well and then stir it together, and then I'll close it to let it cook again. So if you actually want it to have that like those local, very local taste, like what I'm going for right now is for it to taste like those kind of local stew. So what you need to do is to introduce some crayfish on it. But if you think you don't want it to taste local, you can just ignore this part of the video. Don't add crayfish if you don't want it to taste local. But if you want it to taste that kind of back home local meal sauce, just put in some crayfish. It will change the game for you. Seriously, if you've not tried it before, give it a try and you will thank me later. Then close it and allow it to cook. And when you see the oil floating on top of your meal, know that that sauce is actually ready. So I'm just going to stir that around and then keep it aside. And the next thing we'll be jumping into is the yam. So what I normally do before I start my meal, I normally dice my yam and then put it in a salt water and then allow it to soak properly. It gives it a very good taste. It allows the salt to just goes into the yam, and by the time you're done frying it, seriously, you will thank me about this. Seriously, if you've not been doing it this way, you will thank me about it. Just make sure you soaked it in the salt water, and then I put it in the vegetable oil. Or I believe we all know how to fry how to fry yam. How to fry yam. I believe we all know how to fry yam, but there is a way I actually like my yam. I want it to be a little bit like crunchy. You know, when you're eating the yam, you're getting that crumb. That is how I like it, and that's the reason why I dice my yam slim, like not too chunky, so you have that crumb kind of sound. I love it that way. So why I kept the tilapia fish in the fridge overnight, it was a little bit block, so it has defrosted right now, and you can see some sauce in the bowl. So I'm just going to rub the fish through the sauce in the bowl just to be sure I'm not missing any sauce out of it. Seriously, if you've never fried your tilapia fish before, fry it and drop a comment in this comment section. You will love it. So you can see all the lines on the fish. Make sure you cut those lines on the fish. That's where that's how the sauce are able to soak into the fish. Seriously, give it a go. You would definitely thank me later. Seriously. So after doing that, I just put it in the oil and allow it to fry. And I like my tilapia fish to be fried a particular way. I like it to be dry and not too dry. So for you to be able to flip your tilapia fish when you're frying it, make sure one part is dry before you flip it so it doesn't break. If you flip it when it's not properly dry on one side, it might break. Please take note of that. So when you're done flipping it, just allow it to fry properly. So just the way the tilapia fish is looking right now, that is how I love my tilapia fish. Dry but not too dry. It came out really delicious. If you've never tried to fry tilapia fish before, please give it a try, and I bet you're going to thank me later. It came out so delicious. Look at that. Look at how gorgeous it looks. So guys, your tilapia fish is ready to be eaten with your fried yam and your pepper sauce. So what I actually did, I garnish it with some onions because I was not able to put chunk of onions, which I actually like chunk of onions in my meal, but because of my husband, I cannot put that in my meal. So it's really very enjoyable when you eat it with onion. Fresh onion. If you like onions like me, you will love it. If you have guests and you serve them this, I bet you they won't forget you at all. So guys, if you've watched to this very extent and you think you like the video, please give the video a thumbs up, and then also try to subscribe to the channel and support your sister by hitting on the subscribe button. Press on the notification bell for you to be notified whenever I upload a new video. I want to try as much as possible to upload new videos every week in 2023. So guys, support me for me to be able to do that for all of us, right? I have a lot of great recipe to share with you guys, but sometimes the views are not just encouraging. So if you subscribe and if you think your friends would like to see this recipe, please share it on your WhatsApp status for your friends to be able to watch it as well. Thank you so much guys for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys on my next one. Bye for now.